Hello and welcome everyone to Asia's first no castling chess match. I have with me India's 64th Grandmaster, Prithu Gupta, who has just concluded his match against Norwegian IM Thor Kaasen Fredrik. Prithu, a very hard fought match, but tough luck in the decisive game. What are your views about the game?
Sure. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for having me over. Big thanks to Sagar Shah, the CEO of ChessBase India, as always, for being one of the warmest and kindest souls I've ever known inside and outside of chess and supporting me and the match. And wouldn't have been possible without the efforts of my generous and very strong opponent, international master Kaasen Thor Fredrik from Norway, who agreed to play this match just not even a week before the D-Day. And to the entire Shiv Nadar and HCL Foundation, especially CEO of Shiv Nadar School and Universities, retired war veteran Colonel Gopal Karunakaran, husband of India's richest woman, Roshni Yadav Malhotra, Dr. Shikhar Malhotra, who's also the director and chairman of Hindustan Computer Limited Technologies. And surely the principal of our school, Shiv Nadar School, Gurgaon, Miss Monica Sagar, and the head of admin ops, Colonel Sandeep Singh, among others.
So, Prithu, how much do you like the idea of no castling chess, and what do you think is the difference you felt over the board compared to the normal chess variant?
I think it is a very interesting variant, first of all, and as was predicted by the ex-world champion, number 14 in hierarchy, Vladimir Borisovich Kramnik, one of my idols through and through, while training me, in fact, along with 5 other talented Indian youngsters in Geneva in 2019. It was going to take over the original chess at some point of time, and that is something I truly felt, not before, but just while playing the games, because of how interesting they became, how nerve-wracking it was, and in no small thanks because of the fact that we did not get to prepare a whole lot, owing to the fact that there are not even maybe 45 games in the mega base of 2022 of no castling, whereas there are about a crore, more than a crore, or 10 million of the standard variants right from the year 1575. And as my opponent Thor and I were having a good laugh about the fact that we were going to be the pioneers of this variant of a whole new form of the most popular, undoubtedly the most popular board game on planet Earth. And it was enjoyable. I'd like to congratulate him on a very well-deserved win, despite the fact that I pretty much had him on the ropes on the first 2 games. First one being a pretty topsy-turvy one, and first winning for me, then winning for him, then winning for me again, possibly towards the end, and then finally a draw after I made a very interesting piece sacrifice, standing in the Nimzo Indian without any preparation. And second game was could have been the best game of my career, or one of the best, in fact. No castling or no castling, competitive or uncompetitive, rated or unrated, inside or outside of India, but just turned out to be one of my biggest mess ups when spectacular piece sacrifice from myself was just hindered by one mistake, where he got a discovered check on e6 with my king on f1, having a bishop on d6. So if I moved my king to g1, he could check it with the bishop on s2 and take my queen thereafter, and that was a pretty heartbreaking loss. And finally, the third game, the decisive and penultimate game of the format series, being a great win for him after I was just completely zoned out, and a pretty well-deserved win for the Norwegian Open.
So, Prithu, today was the final round of 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai. What is your take on India's performance over there? Are you following?
I followed, and I would like to congratulate, first of all, India too, for winning the bronze medal. Even though I was really hoping that they'd win the gold, or at least the silver, or maybe just the gold, as I so hoped and prayed. Especially because of having one of my best chess friends, one of my best ex-chess friends, Ronak Sadhwani, also my biggest nemesis on the board for about 5 years or half a decade straight. Playing there and playing spectacularly, beating Lenia Dominguez, no small feat, and another great opponent yesterday. I forgot whom he beat. Yes, spectacular preparation and surely a great performance. And Gukesh is clearly on fire, first reaching 2700, then beating Fabiano Caruana with black, and almost having Nadirbek Abdusatara on the ropes, a win in which game could have possibly won him one of the best performances, if not the best, in Olympiads of all time, with the 9.5 and 10 or 10.5 and 11. And surely India the gold, but I'd like to congratulate and respect and admire and salute them from all of my heart and that of the countries, an entire one of which was behind them, and huge respect to Nehal Sareen, Pragananda, Ramesh Babu, Gukesh D, Ronak Sadhwani and Adiman Bhaskaran for achieving this absolutely humongous feat.
So, Prithu, going back in time, like you started playing chess at the age of 9 years and attained the highest title in chess, which is Grandmaster title, before you turned 15. What was the secret of such incredible rise in such short time?
I think it was pretty much the same as the one that inspired me to give it my absolute best shot in this match, despite only being convinced barely like 5 days or like less than 150 hours ago that I was going to play one. And the fact that I still prepped from all of my heart, whether it be bringing my chess books, 3 of them to school on a daily basis and using my free periods not to socialize with girls and guys, but in fact just bring a wooden chessboard with very small teeny weeny bases from the store, from the sports storeroom, and trying to solve some positions with pretty high accuracy, which is what inspired me a lot. And playing some games with my very strong international master friend Bardhan Nagpal, and even looking at a bit of opening system 5-7 moves since you can't analyze a whole new game per se. And it was for the same reason, just the absolute and sheer love of moving the 32 pieces, 16 white, 16 black across the board. The nerve-wracking games and the time pressure, the euphoria of the win, the utter devastation or heartbreak of the losses, which is what a sportsman triumphs over when he recovers from. And I just forget about anything and everything when I play the game that I so dearly love. Every small positional finesse, every long combination, every 30 move long opening theory, or every pretty spectacular middle game performance by either me, one of my peers, or world champion of the present, or top player of the present or the past, and so on.
Yeah. So, Prithu, India is getting its chess popularity back, which, I mean, such world-class events happening in our country now. How do you feel as a player about the current status of chess in India?
I would possibly like to say that at this point, I don't think any sport is more popular, maybe not even cricket, than chess, because of the huge chess fever that we have down in Chennai or Mahabalipuram, and even over here we have vehicles with banners of Mr. Stalin, Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister, and the Chess Olympiad even over here that I cited a lot, and my mother did. And it is crazy down south, to say the least, since I was there for a day for the Stump the GM event with my hero Vishayanand as a part of PR or exhibition for the event before it started on the 29th, and it is honestly great. And obviously huge thanks to the efforts of Shri Bharat Singh Chauhan ji, who has been the godfather of Indian chess and helped me a lot throughout my career. Sanjay Kapoor ji, the new president, who's doing an absolute lot. Treasurer of All India Chess Federation of number 3 in the rank, Sri Naresh Sharma ji, ex-president of Haryana Chess Association, who in fact arranged for the DGT board and the red digital clock that we had today. Just a day when, just a few hours into when I asked him, and I handed it over to Thor. And I don't think the day is far when we are going to have, when not that we already don't look at chess stars as superheroes, but when it's going to surely catch up and maybe even overtake Bollywood, politics and cricket.
Oh, that was a huge compliment. And Prithu, what are your future aspirations and what tournaments are you planning for yourself?
I've actually been largely inactive for the past 3 years, having played only one tournament in the last year. That was again a pretty bad performance, and not really for the sake of competitiveness, and rather just recreation and fun when I had a shoulder injury and a pretty bad time in general. And I don't really see myself playing at that level again, not because I do not have the same love, but rather because I feel like there was a particular span of time when I could have really made it big, as some of my peers, especially Ronak Sadhwani, whom I'm absolutely fanboyed over, did, along with many others. Not to mention Gukesh and Nehal and Pragananda, since they were already way ahead of the pack since forever. But I really would like to promote and popularize a game that's given me so much that I love from so deep in my heart and soul, and give back to the society that's given me so much love, warmth, fame and affection. And I think this for Asia's first no castling match with Thor was a start. Huge thanks to him again. And I think it is through events like these that I get to connect through and to the public, to spread the love for the game, as I so very well have in my own self.
So, Prithu, you are a role model for many budding chess players out there. What message you want to give them in order to motivate them to achieve your dreams?
Um, I think it is just to, as my father says, it is to love what you do and do what you love. I'm firmly of the belief that you cannot possibly force anyone or be forced by anyone to do something that your heart does not desire. Because as Nelson Mandela said about the historical oppression of the blacks in South Africa, the oppressed is surely as robbed as humanity as the oppressor himself. And the same is in the case of forcing someone to do something and being forced. So just like the person being forced to do something that he or she does not like is being made to feel insecure and depressed, it's surely going to be for the enforcer a catastrophe for both alike. And I feel like other things are important, as Kramnik said. It's good to know about a bit of physics, maths, and the world around your physical fitness, health, nutrition, recovery sciences. But it is perfectly fine if you want to prioritize chess in your life, to each their own. And it is an absolutely beautiful game. But no matter whatever you do in your life, just give it your best shot. It is one life that all of us have. And it is too short to listen to others and be liked by someone and not be loved by oneself. So go forth, seek seek the Almighty's blessings, and never look back.
So, Prithu, you have all these materialistic achievements at such young age, but yet a monk mind. So, how you have able to maintain it and how you have developed it?
I would be remiss, Mr. Rana, if I said that this had been forever. Because even at the peak of my career, when I was being awarded the highest civilian honor for a child below 18, the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar, the National Prime Minister's National Child Award by Kovind ji and Modi ji back in 2020, surely the biggest part of my sporting career, otherwise till now, I lacked self-esteem, I lacked self-worth, and I was liked by everyone, but not loved by my own self. But what has surely been my biggest achievement till date has not been becoming grandmaster, has not been scoring a 95 in grade 10, would not be getting into a great university, would not be, like building a good physique or, like looking good or, having good health. It would be to be at peace. It would be to be at peace with my own self, with my own soul and with my own spirit. And subsequently, as a byproduct of which, I come to do well mentally, physically and spiritually in the holistic manner, as they so say, which is of paramount importance yet neglected by one and all across the world, which is why mental ailments like anxiety, depression, panic, even insomnia and suicide and self-harm are on the rise. And I feel like you could have anything and everything in the world, but if you lack peace, if you lack self-love, if you lack self-esteem, it is not worth it. There are times when I feel like throwing everything away, just like not focusing on anything, feel like life is not worth it. But then another good way of coping up with it is to count my blessings. I have a doting family, I have a father who's not only the emotional backbone of my stability, but also the financial, who has, by the grace of God, the ability and the affection to financially aid any endeavor of mine. I have a mother who traveled with me anywhere and everywhere and listens to anything and everything, right from the goals that I have of becoming a big entity or big name 30 years down the line to maybe the relationship with the girl I like that is not working out, and just console me and motivate me on anything and everything. And surely a younger brother whom I quarrel a lot with, but yet make peace with at the end of the day, as much as I'd still like to give him a punch on the face. And my grandmother, who is surely the person I love the most on the planet Earth. And the things in life, like maybe like just calling up my girlfriend and like getting to speak to her, being in love, that is such a great feeling. And so on and so on. It is just the little things in life, or maybe having a roof over my head, getting to eat good clean 6 meals, being physically or mentally able to do whatever my heart desires, and just not having anything or anyone stop me but my own self. That again never happens, so as long as I have breath in my lungs and fire in my soul.
It was pleasure talking to you, Prithu. I wish you all the best for your future aspirations.
Thank you so much.
I haven't seen a personality this young speaking so openly. So all the best. Keep it up. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Mm.